It's shameful that 1 in 3 bags of shopping we buy on average is thrown away, when there is 13 million people in the UK under the poverty line that struggle to afford enough to eat. I'm Joe Clifford, and I want to investigate what it's like to live as a Freegan in Britain and discover firsthand how much food waste is really being thrown away.
I'm Tom Ward. I like to get my food out of bins. When did I first come across the idea of Freeganism? Working at festivals probably, clearing up after festivals, seeing how much goes to waste. Why do I do it? Save money, stop stuff going to landfill. It seems ridiculous to let it all stay in the bin and go to waste. Yeah. Best thing I've ever found is this jumper. It's my favourite, and loads of beer. Sometimes it hit like a bin full of booze, which is always nice. Falling in is usually a classic. That makes everyone laugh. You can like reach down a bit too far, going for the last thing in the bin, and end up face first in the bottom with your legs in the air. But the supermarket's ridiculous. The sell-by dates and things like that, they're not right. You know, people assume that you can't eat the food after that date, and that's just bullshit. They do things like they'll lock the bin and they'll pour bleach on there. They padlock them quite a lot. You struggle a bit. People frown on it, and you know think you're a dirty bastard. But it's you know, I'm not hungry. I'm not paying loads of money for food. Quite a lot of my friends have been arrested for like bin diving. Stuff I don't want will go to the free stall, give and take, in the indoor market in Wrexham, and then it's free for whoever wants to take it away. Good way of getting rid of the food, because a lot of the time you end up with bags like this and you just don't eat it all.
Would you mind introducing us to Gay?
No, not at all. I'll take you down there now. I need to go and drop this off anyway, so yeah, come and meet her.
Hi, my name's Gay Jacobson, and I'm part of an organisation called Wrexham Free Space and the Yum Yum Project. Well, people just bring unwanted items and other people just come and take it. It's free. I think we're building up community here. I think the objective is to share, to get people to start sharing again. That's actually happening.
It's my first actual bin dive. It's official. Please don't close that lid.
My name is Marios. I run the barn here, which is a creative arts club. We're based in Farnham. Freeganism, yeah, it's becoming a bit more of a solid concept, but I think is pretty much a human necessity, really. I don't obviously recommend any illegal activity as such, but if you see a skip and there's something in it that you can use, there is problems with looking through people's rubbish. I don't understand that. It's rubbish. It's going to go in a skip. It's going to go in a landfill. If somebody can give it another lease of life, I say there should be something that allows you to do that.
Everything that I found so far almost seems to be bread related. The amount of wasted bread that I found is absolutely ridiculous.
In the UK, there's a big problem with food waste. Most of, obviously, the Western world is sort of heading that way, led by the United States, England, and all the sort of northern European countries. There is a wasteful system in place because it is based on profit and capitalism. The worst thing is the food. Food is a bit of it's a real shame, because there's people dying really throughout the world, and we're throwing so much food away. That means it's not that you can get sandwiches, send it to Africa, but the resources, you know, to make that sandwich and then eventually throw it in the bin is really not on.
The first night was great, and I really did come across a lot. But what I wanted to find out was more from the supermarket side of things. After rejections from all the major supermarkets about doing an interview on the subject of food waste, I went to visit my family's local store back home.
My name's Justin Smart. I'm the general manager of Stan Superstore, an independent supermarket in Shropshire. On occasion we've had not so much a problem with it, but we have had people who have come and helped themselves to what's in the bins, but we don't get it a great deal, being a small community. We have a system in place where product is reduced during the day, at half price if it's going out of date that day, and in the evening, if necessary, we'll reduce that product to 10 pence, 5 pence, whatever, to get it out the door. Previously, last year, we had about 1.3 tonnes of waste. We've got that down to 600 kilo. We look after our paper waste, our tin waste, our plastic waste, and hopefully we're looking into composting waste, and we're looking at an outlet for our food waste as well. I think the customers these days are very tempted to buy product which they don't actually need. If a product comes in packs of 12 and we know we're going to sell 9 or 10 every week, the question is, do we stock that product because we know we're going to waste 2 every week? Well, the answer is we have to stock that product because those 10 sales mean lots of the business and a lot to our customers.
We've heard through the grapevine that there's some sandwiches at Boots that are thrown out on a Sunday, so we're going to see what we can find there. Just hope I can find something because I'm starving.
My name is Dr. Sean Thomas. I'm a lecturer of commercial law here at the School of Law in the University of Leicester. Freeganism is not theft, I would say, because either the goods have been abandoned, can't steal abandoned goods, or Freegans are not, in fact, dishonest, and therefore the theft offence cannot stand. A Freegan who openly takes goods without fear or without hiding in the night, I would say is acting honestly. Eating food that has been thrown in a bin, that may be seen as disgusting, but disgusting behaviour is not the same as dishonest behaviour.
I don't want to rip it because I don't want to make mess. I think Freegans are quite sort of keen on not making mess.
I think it's good in terms of its positive benefits. It's obviously beneficial in terms of environmentalism and recycling and so on, particularly with food waste. You know, you're preventing that from going into landfill, which causes methane and just problems there.
Just think how many people could have had lunch off that stuff that was thrown out today. There's a drink and a sandwich for like 10 people. And this is where I came first for my first bin dive. So we're going to come back at night and see what's hit there on a Sunday.
I've learned so much from this experience. I've realised it doesn't pay to be fussy about food. We've all fallen into the trap of throwing things away before their best before dates, when realistically they're fine for days afterwards. We as a nation buy too much, and it can't go on this way too much longer. We are in a time where food prices are rocketing, and yet 50 million tonnes of food waste is thrown away each year, in the UK alone. I don't think this way of living should be frowned upon. If anything, it's a slightly unattractive solution to a catastrophic problem.
People do this on a regular basis. You may not realise it, but every pen that you pick up from the floor of the library, every fiver you gleefully sort of discover on the side of a street, every sort of mushroom that you pick if you go out while you're walking, that's essentially the same thing.